So the tournament has all come down to this: an insanely powerful enemy, and it seems Toriyama trolling us. Beautiful friends from around the world, I'm your host Black and Vist, and this is my review episode 38 of Dragon Ball Super. So we finally get to see up close and personal the assassin Hit. This guy has been a trump card throughout most of this arc. We don't know much about him, but we finally get to see how he fights. Now Hit, I would like to say, has a lot of Dragon Ball-ish type features. One of the things is a very minimalistic stance. This has been done many times before in the past by Goku in other previous tournaments. He's also one of those characters that remains silent, and of course, the long-standing tradition of characters not being able to see what Hit is doing. This is nothing new, but it all has been repackaged in this fight. But one thing that I did like about the way, all the characters not being able to see Hit's movements, Vegeta not being able to discern it, is at least the way it was stylized and animated. When he hits, it's almost like a special extra dimensional thing, and when you first are watching this, you get the impression that something extra worldly, that this is an extremely powerful guy, which that was never really conveyed in other moments in Dragon Ball when this would happen, when characters would not be able to see what punches or moves are being thrown. Now Vegeta goes all out, Super Saiyan Blue, going straight at Hit, and it seems that he can't really get to him at all. I mean, at one point Vegeta does the whole thing of grabbing Hit's arm just so he can hold him in place since he's so fast, and that doesn't even seem to work. I already suspected that Hit somehow could manipulate time because of the whole purple effect, the sound effect, the way it was being presented to us as the viewer. I already suspected time, and guess what? Call me Nostradamus, but it seems that Kit has this thing called the time skip, which was played to comedic effect a little bit later in the episode, where the Jocko and the Galactic King were both scolded by Bulma for not being arrested, since time travel or time manipulation technically is illegal, but because obviously Hit is so much stronger than Jocko or the Galactic King, they'd rather not go up and arrest him. But I will say this in Jocko and the Galactic King's defense. I mean, Jocko is a galactic patrolman, yes, but Hit is not from Universe 7, so you could say that Hit is out of the jurisdiction of the Galactic King and those rules, so who knows what the rules of Universe 6 are. And surprisingly or unsurprisingly, Hit takes out Vegeta pretty quickly. Immediately while I was watching this, I was a little shocked, but then again I started to think about it. This tournament has had a trend of having really fast fights. No fight has really continued for more than 2 episodes, if even 2 episodes. But I was thinking, since we're going down to the end, we're going down to the climactic stuff, that I was thinking that we were gonna see a longer fight between Vegeta and Hit. But we didn't. Now I understand what they're doing. Hit took out Vegeta so they can build him up as a bigger bad, as a much more formidable foe when the next person, Goku, comes up to fight him. And taking out Vegeta, a Super Saiyan Blue, a guy that strong so quickly, I guess demonstrates that. And I don't know if that was the correct choice. You see, because this tournament has a trend of having very short fights, I feel that diminishes this moment. The more I think about it, it's not that surprising that this fight ended so quickly. Pretty much almost all these fights end pretty quickly. I feel that if some of these fights were just a little bit longer, the dramatic impact of having Hit beat Vegeta that quickly to demonstrate his power would be a lot more meaningful because it is more unique. But the way it is now and the way this story is structured, it's not as meaningful because all these fights end quickly, so it just diminishes that for me. But we'll get to that when I review this whole arc as a whole. Going straight in with Goku, it seems that no one really has an answer for how Goku's supposed to deal with this time skip technique that Hit has. I will say that Beerus ordered Whis to tell Goku what Hit's weaknesses are so that he can better deal with him when he fights him, but Whis said that it would not serve Goku's training if he was to do that, so I don't know, I guess this is pulling a Master Roshi from way back from the first tournament, where the whole purpose of him even entering that tournament was so that his students don't get too cocky and too fulfilled too early by winning this tournament so that they slack off in their training. The whole purpose was there's always stronger fighters out there, and the tournament was supposed to serve as just a continuation of their training. And it seems that I guess Toriyama's trying to carry that over into this tournament. Although the theme is a little bit weaker since it hasn't been as pervasive in this tournament, but oh well, Goku was thrown in there so he can figure it all out on his own. Hit immediately starts telling Goku to transform, almost as if to taunt him. Now, this is one thing that I also felt conflicted on. Goku not transforming right off the outset, considering that Hit is an insanely strong guy that just took out Vegeta of all people. So I would have imagined that Goku was going in there full out from the onset, but because of Hit's condescending attitude, I guess that got to Goku. And I don't know what they were thinking here, honestly. On one hand, I really don't like the idea of Goku not going in there weaker than he should be. But on the other hand, maybe they're trying to prove a point of Goku's technique and maybe trying to diminish the reliance of transformations in the first place. I'm not sure, it's kind of early to tell, but maybe it's as simple as Hit condescendingly telling Goku to transform and Goku not liking the idea of listening to his opponents. It could be as simple as that. Regardless, it does seem that Goku gets a little hit in there. He manages to strike blood, which, on another hand, there's blood in this episode. This is not the first time. I mean, we've had Master Roshi squirt blood out of his nose before, but I think that we finally get a little bit more blood in this, which, honestly, in my opinion, is a step in the right direction, even though it might seem like a very small detail. Blood can be used to convey the story of the fight much more effectively when it's used in the correct way, and completely omitting blood isn't exactly a complete detriment, but I'm glad to see it back regardless. But I guess the biggest bombshell from this episode is Monaka. The fact that Monaka is an amateur, not really a strong guy, or at the very least not as strong as he was touted out to be, and he was basically used as motivation for Goku and Vegeta for someone stronger to strive for. So pretty much we're going back to the old tournament stuff where Master Roshi was using himself as the stronger guy that Goku and Krillin could strive for. Toriyama's bringing back a lot of those themes. And it also seems like a very trolly thing to do because this honestly could deserve a whole video on its own, but it does seem like Toriyama was really playing with the audience expectations here. He was having a little fun, and because with Monaka, it's like when you first see Monaka and you're seeing his character design and how he acts as a character and his personality, and you're told that he's the strongest guy in Universe 7 besides Beerus and Whis, you think, oh, this is such a Toriyama thing to do, but to completely flip that on its head to where Monaka is just this amateur, just being used as motivation for Goku and Vegeta, some people already are feeling a little betrayed by that. But on the other hand, I kinda like it because I always suspected that Monaka was not what he was out to be. I don't know what it was, honestly, I never said anything, but something in the back of my head always told me that Monaka is not what he was touted out to be, in some form. But that has been episode 38, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. It was another great episode. These episodes seems to be getting better and better in this tournament, which is honestly a good thing since we're getting right down to the climax. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this review and if you enjoyed my thoughts, please subscribe to the channel as I will be bringing you more Dragon Ball Super reviews. But until next time, guys, I'm Black and Fist, and I'm out, man.